Kelsey, and thank you so much for joining me at KWL. Today we're using the foam roller to release tension in the hips and the low back so you can feel more open, grounded, and at ease in your body. If you're currently experiencing pain or are in an injured state, this class might not be best for today. And as always, listen to your body and honor where you are. Also, if you don't have a foam roller at home, you can totally do this class without it. Let's see. So we have our foam roller out on our mat. And as I mentioned, if you don't have one at home, you can totally do this without and still get a really good stretch in. But we're gonna start with our foam roller across our mat, and we're gonna lie down on our backs. Bring your legs over your roller, and you'll lie down and lift your hips and bring hips right on top of the foam roller. So I want you to feel your sacrum and your pelvis really level on the roller. You can bring your hands on top or down by the side, wherever they feel comfortable. I want your feet in a functional parallel position, and we're gonna start with some pelvic tilts. So maybe shut your eyes here for a moment. Feel that sense of heaviness down through your sacrum and through your pelvis. And on your exhale breath, I want you to imprint your spine, dial your pubic bone up towards the ceiling, sort of press your low back and hips onto that foam roller, and inhale and release it back out. And doing this, it's a very subtle movement, pelvic tilts, but very specific to Pilates, in that we want to just start to warm up our hips, bring some awareness to our body and to our breath. So we start with these just to find that deeper connection before we move on a bigger plane. Let's just do one more. Now from here, you're gonna release your tail, find that more neutral position. I want you to extend your left leg down onto the floor. You're gonna hug your right back of thigh in towards your chest. And as you do this, you might immediately, I sure did, start to feel that stretch through the front line of your hip. And that's what I want you to feel. So just kind of pull your right knee in towards the right side of your chest, but really focus on this sense of length through the left side of the hip. And I want you to just flex and point your feet here. So work through the range of motion through feet, through ankles, get some movement there. We can go circles with the feet and ankles, just bringing some awareness to our base. We don't give our feet enough love. And then find a still foot, and keeping this tension through the back line of your legs, take an inhale breath in. And then I want you to just exhale, kick that right leg up, and then bring it back down. And as we do that, we should feel a little stretch and length through the right hamstring that's in towards your chest. Good. Go one more. And bring it down. Good. So the foot comes down, we'll switch it out. Right leg is gonna extend long. You'll hug the back of your left hamstring. Bring that knee in towards the left side of your chest and start to feel into the length and stretch through the front of the right hip. And just hold it there for a moment. And I want you to flex and point your feet. Again, just work through that range of motion, spread your toes, bring some awareness there. Let's go circles with ankles and feet. Go both directions. Good, and then hold it here. Silence your feet. Pull that left knee, in towards your chest a bit. Flex your left foot, and then we're gonna exhale, extend that leg up. My left hamstring is so much tighter than my right. So you might have a totally different side than the other. That's totally normal. But I just want you to feel into that sense of length through the back line of this left leg
but your right hip should still be on that bit of a stretch as well. Good, let's just do 2 more here. Exhale, lead up with the heel. Inhale, lower. 1 more. And bring it down. Good. So from here, bend both knees, bring both feet back onto the floor, and I want you to zip knees together. You can readjust your roller wherever it feels good. I'm gonna roll mine down just a smidge more. I'm grabbing the outside of my roller and we're going to go into a hip swivel. I want you to keep those knees together and we're just gonna go right to left here. And with this rock side to side, or this narrow hip swivel is what I like to call it, we're starting to get that mobility through the lumbar spine, the low back. So we're starting to get some movement, some rotation there. I'm also getting a nice stretch through my side body, maybe a little into my QL as well. Good. Let's go 1 more on each side. And again, with these, take your time. If you're feeling extra stiff, go very slow with these. So I want you to come back to center. I'm gonna readjust my roller again, and now I'm gonna take my feet wide. So ideally, I like to go about mat distance, maybe even just to the outside of my mat apart. And now we're gonna go into this wide hip swivel and get a little bit more rotation through the hips. So I'm gonna drop both of my knees over to the right. What I feel first is that release into, or both of my knees over to the left. What I feel first is that release into the outer glute on my left side, but then I want to feel into this internal rotation on my right thigh and leg and hip, and I get that deeper stretch through the front of the hip and into the low back, and then I bring it through center. I'm going to drop knees over to the right. I'll feel that release in the glute on the right side, but then I get that nice deep stretch through the front of the hip as I internally rotate this left thigh bone and knee. Good. And you just want to go slow with these and really think about that internal rotation through the side that's the upside. Good. We got 1 more on each side. Over to the right and to the left. Beautiful. Now from here, you're gonna come back to center, bring your feet into a functional parallel position, go left ankle over right thigh, and you're in this essentially this figured 4 position. Think first kind of about pressing your left knee away from your body and really opening the front of the hip as much as possible. And now we're just gonna swivel over to the left and really get into that outer glute and hip. And again, I want you to take these really slow. If you're feeling super tender or tight here, you wanna go even slower. And if you feel a point or area of your hip that feels really tight or knotted, try to spend a little bit more time in that area to allow the muscle to release. So we're gonna stay with our swivel just to the left. You don't need to go over to the right for this one. We wanna really focus on that left hip and glute release. Good. We're gonna do 1 more. So 4 swivels over to the left, and then we'll bring it over to the right and do 4 on that side. Good. So let's set that left foot down. We'll switch. Right ankle comes over left thigh, left knee, and now we'll swivel to the right. And again, you want to press that thigh and knee away from your body. Open up the front line of the hip as much as possible. Oof, and my right side for me today is much tighter than my left. So taking time, you're going to swivel, feel that release through the outer hip and glute. And just kind of try to breathe into it and allow, as much as it is painful, or it shouldn't be painful, but it should feel stretchy, right? I want you to really think about allowing the muscle to release and melt. We're gonna go 2 more. And last one. Good. Bring it back to center, set both of your feet down onto the floor, reset your roller if you need to, and we're gonna hug now both of our knees into our chest, and it's almost as if I'm rolling the roller out from under me a little bit. So you're getting that nice bit of length on your low back. You pull those knees in, and then I want you to just stir. So you wanna grab the tops of your knees with your hands, stir them in opposite directions, and just think about creating some space, some lubrication in your hip sockets. Good, let's switch directions. And last little circle here. Good, and then I want you to set your feet on the floor. Roll your roller out from under you, set your hips down. I'm gonna sit on up. And we are complete. Fantastic work today. I hope you're feeling more connected to your body, a little looser, a little more alive, and ready to either start or finish your day. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Thanks for moving with me. I hope you're feeling connected, empowered, and aligned. If you enjoyed this class, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out more KWL sessions to support your practice. Until next time, move well, be well, and live well from the inside out.